show, talking music, talking comics, must be San Diego Comic-Con. With us, Matt Quayle. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing fantastic. You've been to these before?
This will be year number 3 for me.
Yeah, so you're a San Diego vet at this point.
I mean, I'm almost. I was talking to somebody who's been 12 years in a row there. I think they're certainly veteran status.
They're a vet.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, have you had a chance to go out there and walk aroround and?
You know, I just got here on the train.
Mm-hmm.
I came straight here. So this afternoon I'll be walking around.
Okay. So like I said, you've been before. You talk about what you compose, what you do. For this one, what are you going to highlight? What are you going to talk about?
You know, I think it's really about they're going to ask some questions, and I'll just go wherever the conversation is. I mean, I'm happy to talk about anything. I can't really reveal any plot points of upcoming seasons. People always try to ask, what's going to happen on Horror Story? And I can't talk about that. But
how's it end?
You know, fortunately, I don't even know, so I don't have to worry about guarding that secret yet. But you know, how I write the music, what's inspiring, what I do when I'm not writing music, what kind of technology. I love talking about technology, so I'm happy to.
Yeah, we'll probably get into that in a second, because me too. But let's go with American Horror Stories. Like with that one being horror, how do you approach that and not make it sound like the stereotypical horror sound?
Well, it's really a collaboration with producers. You know, we sit down before each season and talk about where we think the sound is going to go for this particular story, and then I start coming up with ideas, and we shape it together. And you know, there's always a few things in there that are what you might expect, because it's horror, and you got to get those scares and get those people jumping. But then around that, we try to do something else that's like a little more fresh, a little something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah. Now we've all seen the story that this, and you're doing the next season, right?
Yes.
This should be interesting because it's going to take on the election. So how are you going to take that on?
You know, I've only been working on episode 1 so far, so I don't really know a whole lot more of where it's going. I know that for many people, the election was a pretty painful thing. Yeah. So I think there's going to be some pain. There's going to be some pain in there.
Yeah, pain in the music. That's what you're going to do. Yeah. So the technology. Let's go with that. I mean, how high tech do you get when you come up with the music?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing what you can do in a computer now. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I had a much bigger studio in the past, and now the computer has essentially just swallowed all of it. Yeah. And so it's really very powerful, and I'm still amazed at all these sounds that I can create. I mean, it's kind of infinite. There's an infinite possibility of sounds, and it's fun to sit there and mix a known sound like a violin with something that you can't even describe what it is, because it just sounds like I can't even describe it, and that's fun for me.
Yeah, and I'm sorry when you say that, because I come from the radio side, and it's the same thing. I used to be in a studio full of reel-to-reel machines. Now it's just 4 monitors and that's in a microphone. That's it. Yeah. So I could, and you're right. Even with our voice, we can record anything and make it sound like anything, pretty much. So I'm assuming you get to play with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's endless, and it can get a little distracting. I can get sucked into the rabbit hole of possibilities when it's like, oh, I need to write some more music and get this stuff done. Yeah. But it's fun. I kind of look at my job sometimes as I just get to sit around and play with my toys.
Yeah. For the audiophiles, what are the toys that you get to play with?
Well, my main sequencing software is Logic Pro, and then I use Pro Tools as sort of an auxiliary program. Yeah. And then I just have a lot of plugins in Logic, a lot of virtual instruments that make a lot of the sounds that I use. And there are more and more coming out all the time, and so I'm always wanting to get, here's this new one, let's try that one, and the arsenal keeps growing.
Yeah, I can get sucked into that trap too. It's like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want that. So yeah. So taking it back to San Diego Comic-Con, this year, I don't know if you've seen it, you've just got here, but I've met a lot of first-timers for this one, which is amazing because it's almost impossible to get the tickets, as you know. But for any first-timers that are watching this, what advice would you give them to enjoy their first Comic-Con?
I'm gonna say, like, maybe pace yourself a little bit, and because there's so much to do and see, and I know for me, like, you get this feeling of like I've got to do all of it, and it's not really possible. So just pace yourself, just go out and just see where you end up and have fun.
Yeah, basically, just have fun. Same thing. Matt Quayle, thanks a lot.
Thank you.